You know how people say eyes are the windows to the soul? Well, around here, they say that your skin can be an indication of your body's overall health. I'm at the Dermatology Clinic at the Stanford Medicine Outpatient Center, and doctors here are exploring new ways to address your skin's overall health. I'm with Dr. Chang here at the Dermatology Clinic, and this is a beautiful facility. Tell me about it.
Thanks, Rachel. We moved here in February of 2009. We came from the Stanford main campus, and our entire department is now in Redwood City.
The Dermatology Clinic has a very good reputation, and there is the marriage of academia as well as patient care. Tell me about that.
Absolutely. So Stanford is a premier research institution. Our focus here in Redwood City is to provide outstanding patient care. I myself do clinical research. We actually call it translational research, which means taking findings from the laboratory and bringing it to patients in a way that helps with their treatment of skin conditions.
Let's talk about dermatology, because I think it's a much larger and broader field than people think. True?
Yes. So dermatology, I think typically the average person thinks of dermatology as a cosmetics-only field, and that's really not true. We focus on medical dermatology. We look at the skin, which is the largest organ in the human body, as a window to your underlying medical conditions. We screen for skin cancers and pre-skin cancers, and we treat those as well.
And speaking of being in Redwood City, one of the great things about the move, obviously, is that you said you've got more community outreach. Can you talk to me about that?
Right. So every year our department has a free skin cancer screening. So anybody can come to Redwood City. We look from head to toe. If we find something that you need follow-up on, we will refer you to either any dermatologist in the community or to ourselves.
Thank you, Dr. Chang. And you know what? Coming up, we're actually going to go inside and check out some of the cutting-edge procedures, so you'll want to stay tuned for that. Time marches on for all of us. We're all going to age, but the question is, how much are we going to show it? Well, the researchers here gave me some good news and some bad news, or some not so good news. I'm doing all right in the wrinkle department, but not so well in another one. Take a look. So something that happens to all of us is that we grow older, we age, and our skin ages. Tell me about the effects of our aging on our epidermis, our skin.
There are some recent really interesting studies that show that about half of our aging comes from our genes, so what you inherit from your mother and father. And the other half, it comes from the environment, the largest one being the sun. So sun exposure or ultraviolet is the main factor that promotes skin aging. There are definitely prescription medications that you can put on your skin that may decrease your appearance of wrinkles. So this machine records the signs of facial aging. So go ahead and put your head into the booth.
Okay, I think I'm in.
Okay, so I'm going to take the picture now.
Okay.
Okay, so we're all done. Go ahead and slide out of the booth. So what the computer does is it'll mark all the dark spots and then compare you to a profile of people of similar age. So you're 85 percentile, so you have more than the average person as far as colored spots.
Okay, that's not a good thing. Here I am going 85 percentile. Yay! And that's not good.
You want a low number.
Right.
If you can. And then you have less wrinkles than the average person, so you have very few fine wrinkles.
Thank you so much, Dr. Chang. This is fabulous because already we've got some clues as to how to address our aging. But stick around because we're going to talk about skin cancer and how some cutting-edge research right here is saving lives. That's coming up. You guys know your ABCs. I know my ABCs. But you know what? When it comes to skin cancer, I bet you have some learning to do. Skin cancer is increasing in the U.S., and right here, you are at the forefront of trying to find cures. Tell me about that.
More on an everyday basis, we do check people's skin from head to toe in our clinic to look for lumps and bumps that may be indicative of skin cancer. And what I tell people when they go home is to think about the ABCDEs of skin cancer. A being a mole that is asymmetric. B is borders. Are the borders fuzzy or not fuzzy? So if they're fuzzy, it's not a good sign. C is the color. So it's not really how dark it is, but whether the color is variegated within the lesion itself. So diameter. So we look for lesions that are bigger than 6 millimeters. Those are at increased risk for becoming melanomas. And then also E is for evolving. So if it's changing over time and something that you notice, then you should probably have us check it out.
Dr. Chang suggests that you see your dermatologist to assess your risk for skin cancer. So I'm turning myself over to you. Glasses off.
So I see some moles that fall in the ABCDEs of skin cancer. I'm not very worried about them. Is there anything that you're worried about?
I do. You know what? There's actually a large kind of circular mole that I know is on my back because I always see it when I'm wearing a strapless dress. And I don't know what it is.
Right, so that large one looks like a keratosis. It's a benign growth, and so unless it bothers you, we don't need to do anything about that one.
Okay. You, Dr. Chang, are studying skin cancer in Asian Americans. Tell me about that.
So there are some studies that show the rate of skin cancer in Asian countries such as Singapore and Japan are rising. So one of my special research interests is to assess skin cancer awareness in Asian Americans. So I'm seeking volunteers who would donate about 10 minutes of their time to fill out an online survey. The website is med.stanford.edu/survey/Asian Skin CA.
You heard it here. If you've got any questions about your skin or you think that you actually should just come in and see a dermatologist just to get that initial read of whether or not you're high risk or low risk, then you'll definitely want to call the Dermatology Clinic here at the Stanford Medicine Outpatient Center. Back to you two.